Between these iconic hedges, the field where some of college football's greats have called home. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, where these fans are ready to turn the dogs loose. And the Noles will kick it away to start us off. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bulldogs offense takes the field. And as this star running back comes onto the field, everybody in the stadium knows he's going to get it. The defense knows it. Doing something about it is quite a different thing.
It's hard to stop him. He's hard to handle because he can do it in so many ways. He can run by you. He can run through you. He really has the whole package, and that's why he's a superstar, and that's why they'll feed him early and often.
Brings up second down.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Unleashes one. Hauls it in. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Bunch formation for these receivers. Fast motion from the offense. Off the play fake on first down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, looks like the offense was able to recover it.
Great job by the defense forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
Dialing up a second down pass play. Fires on the move. And his throw is incomplete. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. So Florida State's offense will take the field for the first time. One thing to watch, can this guy get in the quarterback's head and make him take a peek at the rush, David?
Dang, Skippy, that's what you want to do. You want to make this guy a little bit more human and not as much of a game breaker at the quarterback spot. Get some pressure on him, hit him a few times.
He's one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
Running toward the tape. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys.
Yeah, it was explosive, but shoot, Reese could have run through that hole. I mean, it was wide open. He didn't have to break anybody's ankles. He didn't have to run through tackles. I mean, just great blocking up front and horrible, horrible defense.
Gets it out fast. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And, guys, you know, the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's just, it's so hard to defend.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And one of the things I hated as a quarterback was the blitzes from the inside linebackers, because those guys end up in your hip pocket quickly. It's really hard to step into throws when you've got inside linebackers bringing the heat.
Takes the easy one to the back. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Now improvising. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Wide out in motion. Use the play fake. Now to throw. It's caught. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short. There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all offseason. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
From the gun on third down. That pass is incomplete.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
First down for this offense. Wide receiver shows motion. He'll start this drive firing. Moves around to clear up the vision. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
Off the RPO, complete. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. Georgia sends out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Perhaps feeling that coverage coming, signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 25. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Well, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. How about this dude going off script for the Noles? Not necessarily known for his running ability.
Hey, make plays when they're there, right? I think that's one of the most important qualities of a quarterback is being able to make the right decision at the right time.
He lobs one high down the left side. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. A little screen to the running back. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And the Seminoles line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some...
And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on third and long from the 26. Trying to get to it. Going to try to pop one on the screen. So he was forced to just take what the defense gave him, and they were able to stop him short of the first down.
And when you're a defense and you get third and long and you know exactly where those sticks are, you set your feet at them, they throw it underneath, I go rally, make the tackle. Perfect third down and long execution by this defense.
Bulldozes his way through. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Smart offensive coordinators, they're going to throw deep balls, especially those 50-50 balls you hear about all the time. My wide receiver is better than your DB. Well, not on this play.
Coming after it. He'll try to do it himself. He is going nowhere. Stops at the line of scrimmage.
He was trying to push it downfield. He was looking for a receiver, trying to make a play. You could tell the pressure started to get to him a little bit. Nowhere to go with the football, and just fights back to the line of scrimmage.
Pressure coming. He's going to take off. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
I really like when the defense goes dime. More speed, like so much speed and space in college football. And you can put so many DBs on the field. In these situations, when they do take off and scramble, I go chase them down, make the big third down stop.
The Noles will keep this drive going. The head coach told us he was going to be aggressive. He has a lot of confidence in his running game, and he showed it there on that 4th and 2.
And I like that mentality. That's the mentality I'm going to develop with my team. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to go get things. Short yardage situations, we're going to practice them. We're going to be successful, but we're going to go for it.
Quick completion to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Rides to the back. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
Man, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
And the incomplete pass turns the ball over on downs.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. You got to do a better job reeling it in.
They'll go to the ground. Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes the grab. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Ball is loose. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses, and fires one high and deep. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of their deep goals.
He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. Facing a third down and short from the 26. He'll pull it down and run. How about that nice run from this junior quarterback? The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And the Seminoles will have it 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Stands in and takes the hit. And he's got it at the 25. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. Feeling some heat. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. They've moved it into scoring territory. 1st and 10 from the 11. He's looking to throw it. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking for the score. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half.
Well, the defense is going to have to find an answer for this tight end down in the end zone. You cannot allow that guy that much space.
He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Wants to fire on second down. Gets it out quickly. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Camarda. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. It is perfect. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll try the run. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job of handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Unloads to the wideout. And the misconnection on third down. The Seminoles will line up to punt it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
They opened the lane and he hit it again. 33.
I think you run that play on second down knowing it's going to make third down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
They're trying to get to it. Got it set up on the outside. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. It's a yard. They'll mark him at the 29. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give out of the gun. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. using the back as a receiver on the screen. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. Give to the back. At the 35, he's got room. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
They're bringing heat. And the ball squirted out. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. The give to the back. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up. Get first downs and ultimately get some points.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Looking deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Great job by the DB covering deep. Listen, you always say deep to shallow, deep to shallow. Don't give up the big play. Great job by the DBs, seeing the football, going and breaking on it, and make sure the wide receiver doesn't make a big play.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. A new set of downs after the completion. They'll throw it on first down. Takes the easy completion. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Catch in the middle, it's Camarda. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Offense getting set for first down. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. The run from the shotgun. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Makes a connection. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got him first at the 32. New set of downs after that completion. Off play action on 1st down. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
You want to have a lot of success on defense? Make the quarterback feel uncomfortable. This defense has been doing it time and time again, and you can tell this quarterback doesn't have a prayer.
Pocket starts to collapse. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
These are the perfect situations you love to be in. Known passing situations. These are not where the offensive tackles want to be, and when you're on the edge and there's no threat of the run, pin your ears back, get the nice 1st down sack.
Right down the middle. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. It's good.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
From the gun, give on the inside. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down. And the Noles are marching down the field. The give on the counter. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the 1st down.
Well, right away after picking up the 1st down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for them.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on 1st down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. No one for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see Gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through him.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. 3rd and goal. We've reached a 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. It is incomplete, and he almost had himself an interception in the end zone. It'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And it's no good. He missed it. Still up by 8 after the miss.
Well, that field goal could have iced the game, but with the miss, we still got a close one.
Oh, the freshman lucky that one didn't get picked off. After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires the pass, intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that just kind of caps off this day. It's been a day with not a lot of rhythm, not a lot of timing, not a lot of guys on the same page, and they weren't right there, and the quarterback throws an INT, and this one is not looking good.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the... as much time as possible for their offense.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why the offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of the spot.
We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the 4th, and the brain trust will go to work. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a 1st down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Fans of defense probably love this game, guys. Fans of offense, not so much, but fans of winning? Oh, everybody's a fan of winning, and they found a way to get it done.
A win is a win is a win is a win. It doesn't matter how you get it done. This was not pretty by any stretch. Phenomenal defense, offense. They've got a lot of work to do coming up. But at the end of the day, David, that's a happy lot.
Yeah, you know what? You pretty boys say it's not pretty. That was beautiful. That was gorgeous. You talk about hitting people. You talk about tackling. You talk about...